Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today we continue our series in TypeScript tutorials. We basically in this series we try to answer famous questions that related to TypeScript. And today we want to talk about what are classes in TypeScript because they have differences between TypeScript and JavaScript. So basically, in TypeScript, as JavaScript, classes are fundamental feature for creating objects and organizing code in an object-oriented manner. TypeScript classes build on the concepts of classes in JavaScript, but introduce static typing and other enhancement. So, for example, first thing we want to talk about the class declaration in TypeScript. We want to talk about the class declaration. Class person. So this way that you can create a class. And the second thing we want to talk about the class constructor. Like you can define a constructor method inside the class to initialize its property when an object is created. So let's just create a constructor. It will have a name and it will equal string in this dot name equals name, and it say that this dot name does not exist, and there is a reason for that because you have to define it here. So name so we have, and this what we call the properties. Like you can declare properties on the class, specify their types. We have this what we call properties. After that, we want to talk about the method. Like you can define methods on class to enhance behavior. So we can create methods that called create, and this create is a method, and it returns a string, and and it returns hello this dot name. We have the access modifiers. Like TypeScript allow you to use access modifiers like public, private, and protected to control the visibility of the class member. So for example, I could create a private age property, which will be number, and I will say this dot age equals age, and age which will be number, and here basically the age is here is private. Let's add we can use also the inheritance. Like TypeScript supports class inheritance, allowing you to create subclasses that inherit the properties of the specific class. So let's just create class student and extends the person, and we have super name and age and constructor, and maybe we can add I could add student ID if I want. Student ID, which will be number, and this dot student ID will equal student ID, and I will say the student ID it's number. I will we have interfaces. So basically you can implement interfaces in classes to define the contract or for the class structured and behavior. So let's create like an interface that called print table, for example, and it has a method which will be a print. Yeah, it's void. That means it doesn't return anything, but it do something like cancel the alloc or something like that, or change the state. And I'll create a class called report, and we wanna duplicate. Why we have duplicates? What is a duplicate? I don't know. Anyway, so we have also the static members, like you can define static properties and methods that belong to the class itself, not the instance of the class. For example, I will create here, let's create a static here. I will create static b1, which will be a number. Oh, sorry. And I will say b1 will be number, and I will say this dot b1 equals b1, for example. And if we set that now, they will tell you property b1 does not exist on type person, because it's static. Did you mean access static p1 person p1? Because it's a static, so you can just say it's sorry guys, sorry. Okay, let's make it and yeah, also we want to talk about the abstract class. Like TypeScript allows you to create abstract classes which are meant to be subclasses and cannot be initiated directly. So let's just have create what's going on, why we have let's delete this static. For example here, let's talk about the abstract right now. So basically here, TypeScript allows you to create abstract classes which are meant to be subclassed and cannot be initiated directly. So that's it for classes, and in the next video we'll talk about what are differences between classes and interfaces, because maybe some people will think they are the same, and in fact they are totally different things. Like we can think about interfaces and types, they are quite close to each other, but classes and interfaces, they are completely different. So yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope you like my content. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and see you guys in future problems.